welcome to episode 9 of Ina Knits, my video podcast about my passions for yarn and knitting. My name is Ina and I am coming to you from the midden part of the country where I live with my family. You can find me online as Ina Pina, that is my nickname on Ravelry and on Instagram. Though on Instagram it has a couple of underscores after Ina Pina. I am going to put it out there straight away. I just came from my dentist's. I have spent the morning there repairing a tooth. I felt some pain in a tooth last week, and I wasn't sure if it was something which needed mending, but I thought I should make an appointment with my dentist before the holidays, just in case. And I'm so happy that I did, because it turned out there was a hole and a crack in a tooth, so I have been filling. So my lip is very numb and it is difficult for me to pronounce specific letters. For instance, F. Oh, it's better now. F, yes. And P. Okay, we are getting there. But it still feels wonky and strange and puffy and difficult to speak. So it probably isn't the best timing to record an episode right now. But at the same time, it is my only chance. If I want to get a new episode out before Christmas, I have to do it today and before 1 o'clock today. So here we go with my wonky lip. And I'm a bit late with this episode as well. I really wanted to have an episode for you last week. But my daughter, she was ill and home from school the entire week. And I used all my spare time, nursing her. She had fevers and sore throats and she was not feeling well at all. And then I tried again this weekend, but things just kept coming in the way. I have been filming Advent vlogs for the last 3 weeks as well, and it has been great fun to film and to put together those vlogs for you. But it also is quite time consuming. So I guess that's partly also why this podcast episode is a bit postponed. Excuse me. But here it is, and it will probably be the last of 2017. And it will also probably be a bit shorter than usual. But that's how we roll this time. So I wanted to start off with showing you some newly finished objects. I got 2 for you this time. It's also a bit difficult to swallow. Oh. So I finished my Christmas socks. I had the first sock finished by my last episode, which was 3 weeks ago, and I completed the second sock. and I am super pleased with this pair. These are the second Christmassy pair of socks that I have made this year, and they are made out of a sock blank which I purchased from Stranded Dye Works last Christmas. So this was her Christmas colorway of 2016. And because I didn't have enough for a full pair of socks, I used a plain white Fable, I think, for the cuff and for the heels, and I striped in and finished up with a leftover Vegia. And this green is a leftover from the Vegia Perfect sock that I knitted in November, which were actually my first pair of Christmas socks this season. So I'm quite pleased with how they turned out. If you have watched before, you know that I absolutely adore using up scraps and making perfectly usable things out of little scraps. So this is just my cup of tea. And I have barely anything left of the sock blank. It's just like 1 meter of yarn. I did some kind of ribbed pattern on the sock, and they are looking quite nice and pristine at the moment because I haven't started using them yet, but I will right after I have recorded this episode. So, very pleased with my Christmas socks. My next finished object is a Christmas present, and I have been knitting quite monogamously on this one for the past couple of weeks, of course because I wanted it finished before Christmas. And this is my youngest daughter's Christmas sweater, and it is a quite standard raglan sweater with raglan decreases. It is knitted bottom up. And I used a Pickles pattern as a basis for the sweater, and the pattern is called Angora sweater. And I cast on for the body I cast on the same amount of stitches as for size small. For the arms I casted on the same amount of stitches as for extra small. And the reason for that is that I know that my daughter wants the sweater to be quite loose fitting around her belly, but at the same time she wants them quite snug on the arms. Another modification I did, I knitted the arms quite a lot longer than the pattern said. And partly that was because the pattern is dictating like 3/4 sleeve length, and I wanted full length sleeves, and I thought that it was better if she had to fold the bottom of the sleeves rather than they being too short. So I added some length to ensure they were long enough. I also did something different with the raglan decreases. I added 4 pearl stitches between the decreases to make this, I don't know, effect. And I also added some short rows just beneath the hem on the neck area to make it a bit higher in the neck. And I think it turned out quite nice. So I really hope that she likes it. This yarn I have used is Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk, and it's super soft and very light and fluffy. I haven't weighed the sweater, but I think I used like 4 or maybe 5 balls of yarn, and every ball is 25 grams. So this sweater is basically only 100 grams or so. So it's extremely light. But I had to rip back a couple of times, and the yarn is quite fibery and fluffy. So ripping back this yarn is a pain in the you-know-where. And so if she's not pleased with the sweater in any way, I'm not going to rip back and reknit it. Then she will have a new sweater instead. That's for sure. So yeah, but I'm very pleased with how it turned out, and I'm very pleased to have it finished. So this afternoon I'm going to wrap it up, and fingers crossed she will be happy when she opens it on Christmas Eve. On to works in progress. I actually only have 2 whips to show you today, and that is partly because I've been knitting quite monogamously on the sweater, but also because I haven't made much progress on the whips that I showed you last time. Unfortunately, I really wanted to, but yeah. December has been quite hectic. So instead of working on my existing whips, I have casted on and worked on 2 new whips. That's logical, isn't it? So I have been enjoying watching all the updates and the vlogmases that everyone has been posting lately. It's so wonderful to see all the knitting inspiration and to see how you all spend your December. On Instagram I watched that Tudelu, a Norwegian very talented sock knitter. She was making some super fun scrappy socks of the small mini balls that she opened in her advent calendar every day. And I was so inspired by that, and I couldn't resist casting on for a new pair of scrappy advent socks. So I picked out my 6 balls of Opal yarn that was left in my stash from the advent calendar 2 years ago, and I chose 4 of them to be my next pair of scrappy socks. So here is the first one. I have knitted it top down, and it consists of 4 different Opal yarns, and I absolutely love this one. I think it's so fun, and it was a dream to knit. I did something super simple when it to not have to weave, sorry my lip, weave in any ends. So when it came to change thread, I just knitted 4 or 5 stitches with both the old thread and the new thread. In that way you have already weaved in the ends, and it doesn't actually show because the pattern is so busy due to all the colors, so you can't really see it. So I'm very pleased with how this turned out. And I did Fish Lips Kiss Heel for the first time in a year or 2. I can't remember where I did that last time, but it's a very enjoyable heel to knit. The only problem is that my foot definitely prefer a deeper heel. So I need to add a round or 2, or I'm knitting back and forth before I start Fish Lips Kiss Heel and afterwards to make it a bit deeper. And I also can see that I created a little hole. It is on both sides. So I need to sew that. My next whip is also a pair of socks. And they are actually going to be a Christmas present. So that's why I had to cast them on and prioritize to knit on them. They will be socks for a 3-year-old boy. So I'm planning to knit European size 30 approximately. The yarn I'm using is Berroco socks, and it is the color number 1471. It is yarn that I've been having in my stash for some time. And this present is not actually something I will give away personally, but my mother's friend, she asked if I had socks that she could give to her adult daughters and to her grandson. And because she had heard from my mother that I had quite some finished pairs laying around. I said, of course, I have a lot of like women's sized socks. So no problem, she can have as many as she likes from the pairs that I haven't already started using. But I haven't got any children-sized socks. But you know, these small socks for like 3-year-olds are quite fast to knit up. So I figured I could crank out this pair in time for Christmas. And the funny thing is that I have used this opportunity to try knitting 2 at a time socks for the first time. And it was quite fiddly in the beginning when I had to cast on for 2 socks, and yeah. But once I had a centimeter or 2 of each sock done, it has been zooming along. And I absolutely love this way to knit socks. It is so satisfying to see that both of them are growing at the same time. So this method is definitely something I will continue doing. I have turned the heel on the first sock, and I'm about to do it on the second sock. And I chose to knit the heel with DPNs, and I'm sure that it is possible to knit and turn the heel while it is still on the common long needle, but yeah, I thought it might be easier to just take it off and do it on DPNs. Since it's my first attempt on 2 at a time socks. And I'm knitting ribbing on the front of the socks to make it a bit more elastic, and because I'm not sure if the little boy is slim or chubby. So to ensure that it will fit him either way, I'm adding the rib all the way down to the toe. So super happy with this pair as well. And if you're curious, I have cast on 52 stitches. Yeah. So that is actually it. I had 2 finished objects and 2 works in progress. And I have a lot of other works in progress laying around, but it is no real point in showing you because no progress has been made. In 2 days we will start our Christmas holiday, and we are not spending the holidays at home this year. We are heading south to spend Christmas with my family, my parents and my brother and his family. So we are very looking forward to that, and we are starting off the holidays by taking the train from Trondheim to Oslo, and that is a train ride of 6 or 7 hours. And I haven't been taking that train for many years, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it will be a very peaceful, hopefully peaceful and nice start to the holidays. And then we will spend 5 days at my parents' home and do Christmassy things with them. And I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, since I'm going away, I need to think about what I will bring with me on Christmas holiday. And it's very tempting to take something with me and cast on something new. And I had a look on my knitting plan wish list from my last episode, and I'm really tempted to bring with me yarn and pattern and needles for the Irish shrug. I didn't bring the yarn with me to show you, but I have a beautiful yarn laying around. It's a linen alpaca blend, and I think the drape and the fabric it creates will be absolutely perfect for the Irish shrug. I'm also tempted to take with me the frozen mystery shawl that Nordic Stitches have made pattern for. I haven't actually started that pattern yet, and but I really wanted to. I just haven't gotten around to do it. I think I have the yarn picked out, and the pattern is printed out, And that too would be a very nice thing to bring with me on the train to Oslo, and maybe I can cast that on to like kick off the Christmas holiday. That would be nice. I will of course also take with me the 2 pairs of socks if I haven't already finished them. And yeah, I think that's it. I can't go too overboard either with new cast-ons. But I will probably not bring with me any of the old whips. I will save them for the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve. When we head back here next week, we will not be staying home for long, only a day or so. And then we will head up to our cabin in the mountains and spend the New Year's weekend there. I have a small stash building segment this time. And first of all, I need to show you my beautiful new project bag that Daisy sewed. Daisy knits a lot on Instagram, and she sews these bags every now and then she puts up on her Instagram feed whenever she has bags for sale. And they are quite cheap, and she uses beautiful fabrics, and they are well made. So if you're interested, head over to her Instagram account to have a look. Inside the bag is all of the minis that I have received in my 2 advent calendars so far. I have purchased an advent calendar from Arctic Yarns, and she has been dyeing up these mini skeins especially for her advent calendars this year. So I don't think that any one of these colors are repeatable, but they are super beautiful. Some of them are with sparkle yarn, and some are with merino, and some with merino nylon yarn. Very, very pleased with all of these beautiful little minis. And I also swapped advent calendars with Daisy and with Heidi, who is Ull on Instagram. And yeah, I'm not going to show you all of them, but if you're interested, please take a look on my advent vlogs, because there you can see every little mini I have received so far. For the time being, they are all kept in this bag, but I am planning to do something exciting and fun with all the minis. Either it will be a new blanket of some sorts, or maybe a scrappy shawl, a scrappy cowl. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I am thinking and dreaming about it. The next thing I have received lately is the second installment of the Countess Ablaze Society, Classic Society, it is called. And these are, I believe these are specially made colors or colorway for the members of the Classic Society. So I have a 3-month subscription, and this is the second one I got. And it is a sock blank. And it is, I'll show you. It is a double knit sock blank in super vibrant, cool colors. And when I received this, I was just like, oh my god, double knit sock blank, what will I do? Because I have been quite fearful of knitting 2 socks at a time. And you obviously need to do that. Or maybe you don't need to do that, but it is an advantage to knit 2 at a time when it is a double knit. Because then you pull out 2 strands of yarn instead of 1 from the sock blank. But now I have taught myself to do 2 at a time socks, so now it's not a problem anymore. Okay, my youngest daughter, she really wanted a pair of burgundy socks. So I bought a ball of yarn for that purpose of making her burgundy socks. It is Yerbo Mellanragi and the color is 28225. I also bought a couple of skeins of Regia. First I bought this ball, and it is Regia Perfect in the color 09093. And then I came across this ball. I have been drooling over the Christmas season colors that Regia has been making this year. This is the color 09409. Whether I will cast these on for this Christmas or not, I'm not sure. But no, I have it in my stash, at least. The last purchase I have made is this Regia ball. And it is the same yarn that I used for my first pair of Christmas socks this season. It is color number 09136. I think it's called garden colors, but in my opinion they look quite Christmassy. And the purpose of this purchase was that this will be one of the prizes for the Nordic Stitches cowl. So this can be yours. And on the note of the Nordic Stitches cowl, I have a Ravelry group. It is called Ina Knits. And if you like, please head over to Ravelry and join my group. It is a very nice place to be and lots of very kind and interesting people. At the moment we have a knit along. It is the Nordic Stitches knit along, where we knit patterns from Nordic Stitches. And she has made a lot of patterns for shawls, hats, mitts, and other both bigger projects but also small things. And if you are in need of a last minute Christmas gift, I believe you can definitely find one that is possible to finish before Christmas in her Ravelry designs. The knit along is going on until 2018. So I will draw for winners from the finished object thread in the very beginning of January. I have been recording and posting 3 advent vlogs so far in December, and the last of the Advent vlogs is in the making right now. And I plan to record until Christmas, or probably I will add in 1 or 2 or maybe 3 of the Christmas days as well. Because anyway, I can't edit the 4th Advent vlog until I come home after the Christmas holiday. So you cannot expect the vlog to be up on YouTube until 4th or 5th day of Christmas. I have been gotten a lot of positive feedback on the vlogs, and they have been a joy to make, and I'm so happy that you seem to like them. So I guess that's it. I haven't got anything else to show you today. I'm very happy that I was able to make this last episode before the Christmas holidays. I will probably not have a new episode out before January. I thank you all for all of the lovely support, all the lovely comments and feedback that I have received from you during these months from August until now. I hope that you all have a peaceful and lovely Christmas time. And I will see you in 2018. Bye bye!